The one word I have for quarter 1 is hectic. Hey Denver, Chris Lopez here, and I can't believe it's the end of quarter 1. The one word I have for quarter 1 is hectic. What happened life and business, everything just got very, very hectic, and I paused everything about a week ago to look at my goals, and I want to give you an update on a lot of cool stuff we have coming down the pipeline. But what made quarter 1 hectic was my wife got COVID over Christmas, New Year's Eve. So that was, of course, hectic, and 2 weeks of quarantine and all that stuff. We had a couple daycare skills and then quarantine for a couple days, redo schedules. I got COVID a few weeks back, and it honestly just kind of kicked my butt. I was out for about 9 or 10 days, just lethargic, very mentally foggy, and just felt out of it. And once I recovered and came back, felt great, other than I just felt very like, whoa, what is going on? I can't believe it's already like, mid-March. Last 2 weeks have been foggy for me, just like what's going on. So I stopped and I just looked at all the goals we were doing. Now on top of that, as you guys know from listener updates, the inventory in the market, it's basically sucked this year. It's been really tough. So we are working more, we're working harder so we can find deals, get those under contract. That's the game right now. That's what we're having to do, clients are having to do. It's the name of the game right now. You know what? That's priority number 1, and we're still getting things under contract. We were like averaging 15, 16 deals a month under contract through January, February, March, every single month, or closing every single month. So great numbers. We're getting the job done. So been hectic, but that's the good news. There is you can still find deals out there that make sense in the current market, and that's been in Denver and the Springs all over. And it's been great, but it's also been hectic. And then through all this, we've been rebuilding the studio, we've been growing our media team, we're working on the tribe of multifamily mentors with bigger pockets. So just lots of stuff going on, and then business and life both got hectic on there. But when I did stop and actually look at the goals, I was very excited. It made me feel good. It took away some of the anxiety I had, like, oh my gosh, it's the end of quarter 1. What is going on? And a big domino with quarter 1 and all of our future plans and future growth has been the studio remodel and growing out our media team. My favorite phrase, or one of my favorite phrases, document, don't create. And that's been the whole goal of what we are doing with the studio remodel and building out our team here, is so that way we can just document more deals, document more conversations, because that content, the stuff we're talking about, 10 hours a day, that's the education. That's what people want to know to learn the market. So the studio, we've had the podcast for a long time. It's been fun and successful, and now we are growing beyond that. Obviously, we're still doing the podcast, but the studio is a brand new video studio now. We have 4 cameras in here. It's a legit full studio. So if you want to see that, we actually are, when this podcast comes out, we are also releasing a studio tour on our YouTube channel. So click the link on there and check out the studio and come walk it with us. It is completely different than what it looks like in the past. We'll walk you through the equipment, how we built it out, give you a sneak peek into how I set goals as well, because I love doing that. Now we can do more since we have a full video studio in here. And the other side to this is, hey, we got the space, we got the studio, and it's building out our team as well. And so we've added 2 great team members to the marketing side. Jules is our videographer. Diana is our social media manager. You'll meet all of them more and more as we're pushing more content, but they are helping us create that content. And of course, we have Jen, who's our marketing manager, who's making sure it all stays together and is amazing at juggling dates and deadlines, because we're going to push out a lot of content. And I want to give you guys an update on what we're doing and what we're focusing on with that. And I was like, great, we got the studio rebuilt, the team's clicking, the brokerage operations, it's running smoothly. Great, we got, what can we refocus on to revamp? And what popped in my mind was deal analyses. It was about a year ago that we updated the website and did like a whole deal analysis splits. And we did, I think, 19 deal analyses in like 6 weeks or 2 months. And I think after that ended, I think we did like 8 more deal analyses. Kind of lost momentum there. And just part of it, hey, as we grew, we did more deals. The workflow we had in place, it was a bottleneck. And so all that's revamped, but deal analyses are my favorite thing to talk about, because it's the best way for everyone to just really learn the market. It does such a different story telling the story of the market. Hey, we get the stats every month, we get this, but actually walking through the numbers of like, hey, here are the numbers we're seeing. Here's the property type, and then here's context on the investor. Here's what we went through. Here's some nuances of this. And it's just a great way to learn deals, get to know the market, and get more of that context behind all the numbers. And also it's a great way to meet our team members, our agents out there that are out there just, they're making deals happen. Like getting to hear from them more and, their boots on the ground experiences, getting from our investors and clients and just friends on what they're talking. So we're going to do a lot more deal analyses in the next couple of months, and that's going to be a routine thing. One of the ideas on there, I think we'll start doing those live, do a lot on YouTube Live, maybe social media, but definitely YouTube Live, just because we want to start getting more interaction. It's a fun way to interact and fill out the spreadsheet with us while we do it live. Market updates. So still going to keep doing those, but they're in a little bit of a rut is what I'll say. It's all, we cover the market stats on there, and let's be real, the last 4 months, the market stats have not changed. They've been no inventory, huge price increases, and it's great to be a seller, tough to be a buyer right now. And that's it every month. And then, so we're going to spice those things up. So we're obviously going to still cover the stats, but the great thing is with all these more deals we're doing, we have a great data sample size. And part of what we've been rebuilding our internal systems is just different ways to run reports and do a better job of running more reports on, where we're getting deals, the types of investors, so we can start sharing stats from what we're seeing on our brokerage side, and then using that to give you context to the market and help you understand what's going on in the market. Plus, I think I'll start doing those live as well, because those are going to be a fun way to, learn the market, come hang out, have some, off the rail conversations, and bring in a guest or two as well. And hopefully get a regular, get guests on there routinely to get their perspective, their input. And frankly, not to have it be my voice all the time. We are going to do a lot more stuff on the portfolio analysis and with Chelsea. I think by the time this podcast launches, the very first podcast that we've started with Chelsea should be launched by now. And it's where we've just, I think, gotten around 75 clients through portfolio analysis. We learned a lot. We have done a lot. We've got a lot of updates, and we're now kind of ready to bring in a little more prime time and just we scale it up quite a bit more. So Chelsea's going to be on the podcast, I don't know, a handful of times a month at least, and doing a lot of educational stuff around portfolio analysis, what trends and stuff she's seeing from clients and portfolio reviews. Because the great thing there is, hey, if, we're doing 50 of those a month as we ramp up, we have another very great data set that we can start identifying trends and help identify opportunities and common mistakes we see landlords making out there. So we're going to extrapolate that data. And Chelsea's just doing a phenomenal job of running that and building it out. We're going to do some live Q&As with her to do some short educational segments. You can come ask her questions, and just she has so much knowledge around data and trends and what's going on in this town. It'll just be a way to learn about what's going on in the market as well, and the interesting stuff that she's seeing as well. So be on the lookout for that. Really with, what we'll do is we're going to keep doing more episodes, more podcast episodes. So the next series coming after here is going to be around new builds. You've heard us talk about in some episodes. We're doing more of those, especially as house hacks and for some Airbnb investors, just because that's making sense in the current market. So we're going to do a short segment on new builds, just the pros and cons, the nuances on there, because it's different than buying existing inventory. And then we're going to have a handful of deal analyses / interviews with Lauren and a lot of clients that have bought some new build rentals the last couple months. So we're going to start doing a lot more highlighting of some client deal analyses, bringing other clients, bringing other agents, because there's a lot in the last 4 months or so. So start getting that out there to the market. And then able to go out there and just start doing more niche topics. I really like doing this episodic, the episodic content where it's, not just a one and done, but it's, it's a deeper dive, and it's a great way to learn. So we're going to do, we got segments lined up on Airbnb because, Arvada has it legalized now. A couple other areas are changing their laws, and there's going to be some great numbers here. We're talking medium-term rentals, continue on new builds, and just different niches as we want to explore more and learn more about it. To wrap all this up is we've got the infrastructure in place now between how all the reporting and brokerage is running, how the studio and media team is running, and now we can really do a great job at documenting it and educating everyone out there. And to kind of wrap all this up, we didn't build the video studio just to do more podcasts. We built this to really be able to repurpose more content. Our YouTube channel, it's gotten a major overhaul. We're doing some amazing stuff on there. The editing skills that Jules have is just A+. I mean, we're producing videos, they're multi-camera angles, we're adding graphics. They just look great. So we're putting a lot of time and energy into YouTube. I've definitely used YouTube a lot more during the pandemic. Probably you have as well. So while you're out there scrolling, check us out. Just search for Envision Advisors on YouTube. We'll pop up with our logo. And our social media channels, we are building those out. And that's a big part of what Diana is doing. That's her background. She's great at fostering community. And in my mind, there's really two main reasons for really building out social media. The main one is just it's community. The podcast has fostered a really great community, but it's a one-way street. It's the podcast guest talking and you're listening. With social, it's much more of a two-way street, two-way conversation, which is where we can start doing a lot more of that carrying of the conversation and networking more, getting interaction on there, and also just doing some shorter snippets of, hey, great, here's a great soundbite, here's a great piece from a podcast or video. Let's put it out there, just that very short, bite-sized content. So check us out on there, Envision REA, and really focusing on Instagram and LinkedIn. And we're going to be posting a lot more content on there, fostering the community on there. And one of our first pushes we're going to do, since we were at the end of quarter one, and we got the 2021 Colorado Investing Guide book coming out, probably May at this point with how hectic quarter one was. End of quarter one, it's time for an update on goals. So myself, the contributors, and anyone else out there, share an update on your goals. Take a photo of your goal sheet, your vision board, whatever way you organize your goals. Take a photo of it. Take a few photos of it. Send them to us. Post it. Tag us in there. But then give us an update as to how quarter one's been going on. And I'm going to do it. Our contributors are going to do it, and hopefully lots of people around Denver will do it. So tag us at Envision REA, and also tag me at Chris Lopez _CO. So going to get active on both those channels. So we'd love to get you plugged in on there. And if you have any things you can't tag on there, email Diana at envisionrea.com. To wrap it all up, if you guys have ideas for podcast episodes, ideas for some fun giveaways or contests or topics or trends we can run on social media, let us know. But overall, please plug in. Please let us know what ideas you have, what content you want. We really want to, we love learning and getting those ideas because that's where a lot of ideas come from. I learn about this. Oh, I do too. Let's find an expert. So please let us know, or if you're an expert on something, reach out to us. The last thing I'll ask for you is please like the podcast, subscribe to us on YouTube, review us. I never ask for that. I always just forget to, but this one time I will ask for it. Please do it. It fuels us. It makes us excited to see it, and also just helps other people find our content as well. All right, so that's it. I'm excited about all the content we have coming out. You're going to see a big step up on what we're doing. So plug into us on the podcast, of course, and also on YouTube and social. See you guys soon.